When chaos surrounds you, when betrayal cuts deep, when emotions roar like thunder inside your chest, most men crumble. They shout, they panic, they lose everything, not because the world defeated them, but because they could not rule themselves. The greatest power is not wealth, nor armies, it is composure. For the one who remains calm when others break already commands them. In every age, the strong have ruled, not through kindness, but through control. Control of their words, control of their face, control of their heart. The calm man is untouchable. He listens when others react, he thinks when others rage, and he acts when others freeze. To master calmness is to master the art of power itself. Today, you will learn 13 lessons, forged in ambition, sharpened by betrayal, and tested in the fires of human nature. These are not lessons of peace, but of strategy. For calmness is not the absence of motion. It is the discipline of kings. Lesson 1. Master the mask. Every man wears a face. The wise man chooses his. Those who fail to command their expression are servants of their emotion. They wear their hearts like banners, fluttering at every wind of circumstance. But the one who rules himself wears serenity as armor and deception as art. To master the mask is to understand that truth is a weapon, and not every battle requires you to draw it. When others provoke you, they seek to uncover your intent, your weakness, your boundaries. Show them nothing. The calm face disarms curiosity. The unshaken tone breeds fear in those who expect outrage. Let the world believe what is convenient. Appear gentle when you plot strength. Appear distracted when you observe deeply. Appear indifferent when you prepare to strike. To rule appearances is to control reactions. Those who expose their soul too quickly become predictable. Predictability invites manipulation. Control what others see, and you control what they think. A mask is not a lie. It is protection. It allows you to navigate fools without stooping to their level. It gives you time to think, space to maneuver, and the grace to strike only when it matters. Calmness, then, is not peace. It is performance. The one who never reveals the storm within him becomes the storm that others fear. So wear your calmness like a crown, polished, deliberate, untouchable. Let your silence confuse the impulsive and your composure break the reckless. For in a world ruled by reaction, the masked man commands reality itself. Lesson 2. Detach emotion from decision. Emotion is the fog that blinds the general before battle. Those who let anger, envy, or affection steer their choices are no different from leaves blown by the wind. They move, but not by their own will. The calm mind, however, remains a fortress. Within it, reason sits upon the throne, and passion serves as a chained advisor, heard but never obeyed. When you act from emotion, you act for others. You respond to their words, their tone, their insult, and in doing so, you surrender command. Detachment does not mean indifference. It means clarity. It means that when all others drown in their own reactions, you still see the shore. Learn to observe your emotions as a strategist watches the battlefield. Feel them rise, acknowledge their presence, then order them to stand aside. Coldness is not cruelty, it is precision. It allows you to strike once rather than 100 times in confusion. A ruler who cries before deciding or rejoices before thinking writes his own downfall. The calm man feels deeply but chooses slowly. His decisions are carved in logic, not written in tears. And remember, your enemy's rage is your greatest ally. Let him burn his judgment while you wait in silence. When he spends his strength on fury, you will conquer with stillness. In the end, victory belongs not to the loudest voice, but to the quietest mind. For every moment you act in anger, you serve another's design. But every time you act in reason, you create your own fate. Lesson 3. Anticipate treachery. Trust is a luxury for the innocent. The calm mind cannot afford innocence. Every man, No matter how loyal he appears, serves himself first. His devotion lasts only as long as it benefits him. The moment the wind changes, he will turn his cloak, and he will justify it as wisdom. Understand this truth, and betrayal will never surprise you again. Anticipate treachery not because you are paranoid, but because you are awake. The world is a theater of ambition. Every smile hides intent. Every alliance hides a test. The wise do not curse betrayal. They plan for it. They design their moves so that even if faith is broken, advantage remains. To expect loyalty forever is to build a castle on shifting sand. Instead, build upon structure, knowledge, leverage, foresight. Keep every ally dependent, every enemy uncertain, every observer misinformed. Let no one hold power over you that you would not grant willingly. When betrayal comes, and it will, do not rage. Rage exposes weakness. The calm ruler simply adjusts, as a chess player sacrifices a pawn to trap a queen. He does not mourn treachery, he uses it. There is serenity in expecting the worst, because nothing can wound the prepared. Suspicion is not fear, it is armor. The man who foresees the knife never bleeds, so watch quietly, listen always, and reveal little. Let others think you trust them completely. There is no greater trap than confidence freely given. For when deceit finally unfolds, you will not tremble. You will smile, because while others played for loyalty, you played for control. Lesson 4. Use patience as a weapon. Impatience is the signature of the weak. They wish to reap before they sow, to conquer before they prepare, to be praised before they are worthy. The calm man, however, understands that time itself can be sharpened into a blade, if only he learns to wield it. Patience is not delay, it is dominance disguised as stillness. It is the art of waiting without sleeping, watching without revealing, preparing without boosting. The impulsive rush toward the fruit, the wise cultivates the tree. When you are patient, you turn time into your accomplice. When you are restless, time becomes your enemy. Observe how the river conquers stone not with force, but with persistence. The patient man does the same with people and events. He allows others to exhaust themselves with haste while he gathers information, influence, and control. And when the moment finally comes, he moves once and never needs to move again. Impatience exposes your desires. The one who cannot wait shows what he wants. The one who can wait makes others reveal themselves. In silence, the world grows loud with clues. So when others mock your calm, when they rush ahead in arrogance, smile quietly. Every fool who sprints toward his ambition forgets to look for the trap. To wait is not to do nothing. It is to let your enemies build the stage for their own fall. It is to let time tighten the noose they wove for you. The calm ruler never chases victory. He invites it. Patience, then, is the highest form of confidence. The man who can wait has already won. The impatient merely announce their defeat before it arrives. Lesson 5. Control perception. Power does not belong to the one who is right. It belongs to the one who appears right. The calm man knows this truth well, that reality matters less than perception, and the mind that shapes appearances rules the minds that believe them. Most men chase truth as if it were gold, yet they forget that truth alone changes nothing. It must be seen, heard, and felt in a way that moves others. Control how you are seen, and you need not control what is. Appearances are the armor of authority. Even weakness, when dressed in confidence, commands obedience. To control perception, you must first master silence. Say little, but let every word weigh like iron. Act rarely, but let every act be deliberate. The world reads gestures more than logic, posture more than proof. The calm ruler never argues. He makes his presence the argument. When chaos surrounds you, maintain a tranquil face. Let your composure mock the storm. In times of panic, the man who appears calm becomes the refuge of the fearful. They will follow him, not because he is right, but because he does not tremble. Do not waste effort convincing others of your strength. Make them feel it. A whisper spoken with certainty outshouts a scream drenched in doubt. Your tone, your timing, your restraint. These are the instruments of power. Remember, perception is a mirror. Show the world fear, and it will reflect weakness. Show serenity, and it will reflect respect. In the theater of life, men bow not to truth, but to confidence. Therefore, never merely be powerful, seem so. For those who rule perception do not chase influence, they become it. Lesson 6. Know the nature of men. To remain calm among chaos, you must first understand the creatures who create it. Men are not guided by virtue. They are driven by need. Their loyalties shift with hunger, their principles bend with opportunity. Once you accept this, no betrayal will sting, no deception will shock, and no praise will seduce. Most men wear morality like a festival mask, loud, colorful, temporary. They claim to love honesty, yet admire the cunning who prosper. They speak of loyalty, yet respect only strength. To know men is to see beyond their words and into their motives. Watch what they chase, not what they say. Their actions are the language of truth. The calm strategist studies human nature as a scholar studies scripture, line by line, flaw by flaw. He learns that fear moves faster than reason, that greed deafens the ear to loyalty, and that admiration always hides envy. With this knowledge, he governs without surprise. Never expect gratitude. It dies the moment self-interest awakens. Never expect fairness. Men call justice whatever favors them. And never expect loyalty. It exists only while it costs nothing. Such understanding does not make you bitter. It makes you invincible. Once you see the world as it is, not as it pretends to be, you rise above its noise. Others panic when their illusions break. You simply nod, for you never believe them. Know men as they truly are, self-serving, ambitious, fragile, and you will never lose your calm. For the one who understands human nature does not need to hate it. He only needs to use it. Lesson 7. Choose fear over frenzy. A man may love you today and forget you tomorrow, but fear endures. It is the most loyal emotion a ruler can command, because it binds even the faithless. To be loved is pleasant, to be feared is secure. Love depends on the hearts of others, fear depends only on your will. When the crowd is restless, when voices rise and chaos stirs, you must not join their noise. The calm man does not shout for respect, he earns it through control. There is a silence more terrifying than anger, the silence of one who will not be moved. Let your calmness become that silence. Let it whisper danger. Frenzy is the weapon of fools. They swing wildly, and in their madness, they reveal their weakness. Fear, on the other hand, is the art of restraint. It is born from the discipline to act only when the strike is certain. When you control your temper, you control the tempo of others. They will speak softly in your presence, not because you command them to, but because they sense something in you, something unshaken, unreadable, unafraid. Do not confuse cruelty with strength. True fear does not require violence, it requires certainty, a calm voice that never trembles, an expression that never reveals. These build a power no sword can match. Those who live in frenzy die by it. Those who inspire fear live in command. It is better to be feared and respected than loved and forgotten. For love invites requests, fear enforces silence. Therefore, rule your own emotions before you attempt to rule others. The one who masters frenzy in himself will master fear in all men. Lesson 8. Never complain, never explain. Every word you utter either builds your power or dissolves it. The weak waste theirs in protest and justification. They cry that life is unfair, that others misunderstand them, that the world owes them clarity. But power does not beg to be understood. It stands silent, complete, untouchable. To complain is to confess helplessness. You tell the world that you are ruled by what you cannot control. To explain is to surrender authority, for in explaining yourself, you place your actions on trial before lesser minds. The calm man needs neither pity nor permission. His silence is not weakness, it is mastery. When you remain silent under accusation, you do more than hide, you dominate. The accuser begins to doubt himself. Others fill the silence with their own theories, and soon your mystery becomes your defense. The one who speaks least is remembered most. Understand this power lives in scarcity. Words are currency, and the more you spend, the less each one is worth. Let your silence be expensive. Let your calmness make others restless. When they demand answers, smile. When they expect anger, offer stillness. When they provoke you, give them nothing. The void frightens those who live on noise. Complaining wastes energy, explaining wastes control. Every justification is a small surrender, each protest a leak in the vessel of command. Seal your words, and you will keep your strength. Speak only when your words can shift the ground beneath others. The calm ruler knows that silence cannot be misquoted, and composure cannot be defeated. Therefore, never complain. Never explain. Let results speak. And they will speak louder than defense ever could. Lesson 9. Turn setbacks into strategy. The calm mind does not fear loss, it uses it. Every defeat hides a lesson. Every wound conceals an advantage. The ordinary man mourns his misfortune. The strategist studies it. To complain of bad fortune is to confess you did not yet learn how to command it. Understand, setbacks are not the end. They are the test. The world bends to those who can turn pain into precision. When the unprepared stumble, they cry of injustice. When the prepared stumble, they note the stone's position for next time. That is how empires are built. Not by perfection, but by adaptation. There is calmness in this philosophy. You stop fearing disaster because you have already decided it will serve you. Betrayal becomes education. Failure becomes armor. Even humiliation becomes intelligence. A map of where not to tread again. Never forget that a single loss teaches more than 100 victories. The wise man studies his downfall until he finds the seed of advantage buried within it. The foolish man hides from his shame and repeats it. Every obstacle can be used as leverage, if you do not let emotion waste it. When others fall, they pause to grieve. When you fall, pause only to observe. Ask, what does this reveal? What weakness did I expose? What strength can be born from it? Then rise, not as the same man, but as something sharper. The calm strategist never curses the storm. He studies its pattern and sails accordingly. Those who master misfortune never fear it again. For the world cannot break a man who knows how to rebuild himself with every ruin. Lesson 10. Guard your secrets. What others do not know, they cannot use. What they cannot predict, they cannot prevent. Therefore, the calm man speaks less than he knows and conceals more than he reveals. Secrets are not merely protection, they are power in its purest form. Every truth you expose weakens you. Each confession, each unnecessary word becomes a weapon in another's hand. The fool believes openness creates trust. The wise know it creates vulnerability. The calm ruler smiles, nods, and listens, but reveals nothing that can chain him. Understand, this mystery commands respect. When people cannot read you, they fill the void with admiration or fear. Both serve you well. But when they see through you, they stop imagining your depth. Never allow that. Your silence should feel like the surface of deep water, still above, infinite below. Speak when necessary, and even then, reveal only fragments. Share just enough truth to mask the truth that matters. Let your words be bait, not confession. Those who overshare invite manipulation. Those who conceal invite caution. Guard your plans until they are complete. Even allies can become enemies Even friends can grow envious. The calm strategist trusts not in loyalty, but in secrecy. When others know nothing, they can betray nothing. There is serenity in privacy. For what is hidden cannot be judged, and what is unknown cannot be attacked. The quiet mind sleeps peacefully because no one knows where to strike. Remember, the most dangerous men are not those who shout their ambitions, but those who smile while you wonder what they're thinking. Keep your secrets as you would keep a fortress, surrounded by silence, guarded by patience, and defended by calm. Lesson 11. Keep allies close, enemies closer. Trust is a delicate poison. Too much of it dulls the mind, too little paralyzes the heart. The calm strategist does not reject allies. He studies them. He does not despise enemies. He observes them, for knowledge is sharper than loyalty, and closeness is the surest form of control. Allies can turn, enemies can evolve. Both are driven by interest, not affection. Keep your friends near enough to sense their shifting intentions, and your enemies near enough to anticipate their strikes. To know what the enemy thinks is to know the future. To ignore him is to invite surprise. Proximity is power. The man who stands beside you reveals himself, his habits, his temper, his weaknesses. The calm ruler collects these fragments like a craftsman gathering tools. He smiles in the presence of those who hate him most because he knows hatred blinds them far more than it blinds him. Keep your allies close so that they remain loyal by dependence. Give them enough favor to feel indebted, but never enough strength to become free. Keep your enemies closer, not to forgive them, but to tame them. When they believe you trust them, they reveal their fears. And a fearful man can be guided as easily as a sheep led to the gate. Distance breeds imagination, and imagination breeds rebellion. A hidden enemy grows in myth, a visible one shrinks under your calm gaze. Bring them close, and you hold the leash. Remember, both friend and foe are instruments. The difference lies only in the tune you make them play. Therefore, keep everyone within your sight, for calmness is not isolation, it is awareness. And awareness is the throne from which control is never shaken. Lesson 12. Appear virtuous, act effective. The world judges by eyes, not by truth. It kneels before the illusion of virtue and trembles at the scent of power. The calm strategist understands this to rule men. You must seem what they wish to see, even while you act as necessity demands. Virtue is a beautiful mask. Wear it proudly. Speak of honesty, mercy, and justice, but act always in the service of results. The knave believe goodness alone prevails. The wise know that goodness without strength is devoured by wolves. Therefore, appear noble, but be ruthless when the time demands it. The calm man knows that a moral image wins trust, while decisive action secures victory. Hypocrisy? No, it is strategy. Men are comforted by symbols. They crave leaders who appear pure, even when purity would doom them. Give them their illusion. It costs you nothing. What matters is not that your hands are clean, but that your empire stands. The calm ruler does not parade his cunning, he cloaks it in virtue. He saves his severity for the private room and his compassion for the public square. Let others see kindness in your smile and iron in your silence. They will follow willingly, even into decisions they would otherwise condemn. Appearances are the armor that shields intent. The wise man knows when to display mercy and when to use fear. Both are tools. The difference lies only in timing. Remember this law: the virtuous appearance opens doors that raw power cannot. But once inside, effectiveness keeps you there. Be light in reputation, shadow in action. For in the theater of power, virtue wins applause, but effectiveness writes history. Lesson 13. Rule yourself first. Before you can command others, you must first conquer the empire within. Every man seeks to rule the world, yet remains a slave to his own impulses, his anger, his vanity, his fear. The calm strategist knows that mastery begins not with armies, but with discipline, not with crowns, but with control of the self. To rule yourself is to silence the chaos inside. It is to command your emotions as a king commands his soldiers. They may rage, they may protest, but they will obey. The man who cannot govern his temper cannot lead men. The one who cannot command his desires will one day kneel to them. Understand that every reaction is a vote for who truly governs you. When others provoke you and you respond without thought, you are no ruler, you are ruled. True calmness is not weakness, it is the iron will that keeps the inner kingdom from revolt. The wise spend more time in self-conquest than in outward battle. They know that when the inner realm stands firm, no external force can breach it. Discipline is the foundation of dominance. Composure is its crown. Train your mind to resist haste, your tongue to resist excess, and your heart to resist pity when it clouds judgment. When you learn to pause before speaking, to breathe before reacting, and to think before deciding, you become untouchable. For the one who commands himself fears nothing, owes nothing, and depends on no one. His calm is not practiced. It is his nature. Rule yourself first, and the world will follow. For there is no throne higher, no victory greater than mastery of one's own mind. You have now walked through 13 laws, each forged in fire, each designed to turn chaos into command. These are not lessons of comfort, they are weapons of clarity. For the calm man is not the one who escapes the storm. He is the one who becomes its eye. The world will always test you. It will provoke, betray, and demand your reaction. But from this moment forward, you will not tremble. You will not explain. You will not beg to be understood. You will watch, calculate, and decide. With the quiet power of one who rules himself. Remember, composure is not silence. It is supremacy. And those who master it rule without shouting. If this philosophy has stirred something in you, that hunger for control, that discipline to rise above emotion, then you belong among those who think like rulers, not followers. Subscribe now. Join the circle of the calm and the cunning, because this is only the beginning, and the next lesson will take you deeper into the art of power itself.